Hello.
How you doing?
Pretty good. How are you doing, Tony?
I'm good, sir. I'm good. Hey, Paul.
No.
Somebody says hello.
Who?
Yes. Yeah, if I just said hello, you must say hi.
No.
Yes.
Why? Sup?
It's
If I
like-
want to say dude.
I guess I have no reply for that.
Well,
Business etiquette like 409 or something. I don't even know like why. Ever since I was
a wee lad.
yes, a wee lad. I went to a Catholic school early
too.
on. And in 5th grade is where I swear most of my grammar skills and anything that even evolved around like being a good man kind of like happened because of Miss Mitchell. Oh man. Miss Mitchell is the epitome of what you see as a stereotypical black teacher.
Huh.
Yeah. And if no one understands what I mean by that, it's no disrespect at all. Like, but she was like hard. Like you couldn't
So
say
a nun.
no.
That's what I grew up with.
Well,
mean nuns.
We had nuns, but she wasn't a nun. She was, because most of the Catholic schools will still take regular teachers. Like my kids attend a Catholic school, and we have the regular teachers and everything, but then you have your nuns. But she was like, I mean, far beyond someone who scared me. Like my mom frightened me, but she scared me.
But I had a teacher like that.
Yeah, but she did it all for the right reasons. I mean,
You need to scare children.
mhm. What was your teacher?
Sister Jackie.
Ooh.
And Sister Audrey. And Sister Joan. And a lot of them. They were terrifying.
Oh man.
They were not scared to scream at you as a child.
Hey, I hear that.
I'm still scared of them, actually. They're
Shout
like 90.
Hey, dude. Shout out to the nunneries, or what? I don't even know what to call it, but the same nun. My oldest is 17 now, but when he was around 5 or 6, we had him go to a certain school before the school that he eventually is going to long term. It was the same nun from when I was in kindergarten. Like, dude, Sister Mary Kent, like, shout out. And she looked exactly the same. I mean,
They're really good at that.
dude, I want to drink the water she's drinking. Maybe I should just pray more like her or something, because, I mean, she never changed. And she remembered me. Like,
You look good in a habit.
gee.
I said it, whatever.
Yeah. But, you know what? I probably would.
Yeah. That's what I was saying.
Oh, man. But, hey, how's things been going with you lately?
Pretty good. I've just been working, same old story.
The way
different
to go.
day.
Hey, ladies and gentlemen, man, Paul has a podcast that he does, and I'm so proud of him for taking the leap to do it. I am not the type of person to ever really give credit where it's not due, because I don't believe that that's helpful. I think people need more of pushing and motivation, but Paul is like the actual person, aside from myself, that I would say, hey, slow down a little bit.
Well, thank you. I actually did the podcast because you were like, I want to do a podcast, and you're like, what equipment do we need? I was like, well, what you see in front of you is what we need to really do it. I was like, wait, I could do a podcast now. It never crossed my mind until you were like, you wanted to do it. I was like, yeah, I want to do it now too. So it's been fun.
Man, well, that
6 days a week podcasting.
Exactly.
Great.
Like boss stuff.
Fun. I love it. Why would you do it if you didn't like it?
Man, and it's one of those things that I swear where me and Chris from Assured Health, shout outs to Chris Stokes, we were saying, like, how we just have to surround ourselves with like-minded people and high motivators and high movers and stuff. And you're one of those type of people. So every time we're around each other, I really feel that high energy. And I think so many other people need to do that too.
That's funny because I feel like I could fall asleep right now. I'm just very tired.
Well, that sucks for you.
Well, what they don't see is we just filmed for like 2 hours straight.
Yeah, you know,
before we did this.
We've already been on it.
We're just working.
And
but we love it.
It's fun. I appreciate being tired from something more than just nothingness.
I think I've just taught myself to ignore being tired and to just push through. Mm-hmm. It's like I'm just as tired as anybody else, but I just go. Like, I don't let it. It's not an excuse to not get something done. Like, just tired.
Yeah, and tired to so many people is a different set. Like, there are people who will go into a 9-to-5 office and have very limited things to do. I mean, really, they might have to type out some invoices and do this and do that. And I can't even say that that's too mentally draining. It might be draining on their eyes. It might be draining on their gut.
Boring.
Yeah, and boring. But they're not, like, how can you go from 9 to 5 doing that, going home and saying, "Oh, I'm tired," and then you throw on some Netflix?
Well, that's my motivation to do more. Like, I don't want to be stuck in that cycle forever.
Yeah.
Like, you only have so much time in a day, like, to create a podcast or to do, like, and it's really not that much work. I mean, it is, but it isn't. Like, if you talk to someone after work for an hour on a podcast, okay, and then you spend maybe over the next 2 weeks, if you do a video with it, it takes another maybe 2 or 3 days after work to edit that video. To edit the audio is a pretty quick process if you don't do a lot of, like, editing to your podcast. So, like, what did you invest a couple 2-3 extra hours into something you love doing after work? And, you know, I always have people telling me, like, I can't believe you do this. I'm like, but what else am I gonna do? Like, I'm not gonna go home and watch TV. I've never been much of a creative consumer. Like, I like music. I listen to music a lot. I listen to podcasts. I listen to audiobooks. I watch TV shows that interest me, like nature stuff. But I spend so much time creating things that I don't really focus on, like everybody's like, "Oh, did you just see this new thing?" And I'm like, I'm currently making new things. I'm like,
yeah.
I'm either doing it myself or I'm working with people who are making new things. And, like, that whole mindset of, like, not necessarily stuck in a rut, because that can happen too, but the whole mindset of, like, running out of ideas or running out of creativity, I think is just, like, not flexing that muscle, you know, like, like, I don't feel like I get creative blocks because, like, what we're doing right now, this isn't a planned thing. We have a few topics maybe you want to go over, but, like, I didn't plan to talk about any of this. And it's just, like, the more creative stuff you do, the more it's just natural. Like, I don't have to think about when I do a podcast with you. I'm not, like, coming in. I don't even know what questions you have. I'm just like, let's roll, baby.
Let's go.
Because I love it. The creative thing, the creative part for me is fun. I enjoy the creative part. I enjoy having to think on my toes, and
definitely.
And, like, when you're talking or the guest is talking, I'm like, okay, if they were to stop talking, how do I keep the conversation going? Like, I love that part.
Yeah.
So for me, it's no big deal. And it's not work. I just like it. It's fun.
Dude, and that's the best part right there. You know, passion oversees the work aspect when you are in tune with what your passion is. And a lot of people don't know that. A lot of people don't even understand that. Some people think that they're passionate about something when they're really not.
Well, you know when it doesn't suck.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, oh, I just spent 6 hours editing this video and it didn't bother me. Like, that's passion. Like,
You know,
I don't.
right.
Or what is? I mean, it's freaking almost 8 o'clock on a Friday night.
Yeah.
Not that it mattered. Like, it's we're out here doing this because we want to.
And we're going to continue doing it.
Yeah,
Like,
I mean, that's what passion is, though. Mm-hmm. We're not sitting here like, man, I hope this wraps up soon.
I think what people confuse passion with, though, is they think it's going to pay off immediately. I heard a very awesome saying not too long ago. I wish I could trademark it, but it's basically like an entrepreneur. I'm an entrepreneur, and I hope that there's entrepreneurs listening and getting ready to go into, their betterment of their lives and stuff. But entrepreneurs are never understood right away.
Well, most people who do anything, I don't really consider myself an entrepreneur in any way.
You are
just like a creative.
He is. No, he doesn't consider it, but he is.
But I mean, I tell you this all the time. I mean, we're at this point in time growing social media channels, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, basically from scratch. And I put in years, and I didn't know what direction I wanted to go in with my content. I didn't really have a defined set. I was just doing it because I wanted to, and I was screwing around and taking pictures, and it evolved into something over time because it wasn't even what worked. It was just what I wanted to do. And like falling into this podcasting has been amazing. Like I don't have to think about it. I don't have to think about the content I'm posting. Like it's just so natural. And that's where we're trying to get your business, because like it takes a lot of like, ooh, that sucked, or why did we post that, to make it to the point where you're like, this is it. This feels right. And that's where I'm at now. Like the podcast feels right. It's getting a good reaction. And that's what's going to happen with this podcast, because you're not making it up. This is you. Yeah. It's real. Like
these are facts.
I don't know. People tend to overthink like they spend too much time thinking about how to quote unquote be successful rather than just doing stuff.
Right. Everybody wants to be too perfect.
Well, and it's not going to happen. Like if you listen to any of our podcasts, there's part where we're like stumbling through, or any video, like I don't care about that. I'm more concerned about getting it done and having the conversation and having fun than worrying about if I stuttered once or twice, or it looks stupid, or my collar was sticking up a little bit. I don't care. That's not what we're here for.
Well, I mean, those are the fun parts. Like I really think personally, that's where I like to be for creative purposes. I don't want to be in a place where I don't have to think on the fly, where I don't have to have an answer for the situation. I was talking to somebody about this the other day. The reason that I love my job so much is because it involves constant problem solving.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it really does.
Yeah, I mean, every second of every day, there is a situation that goes on. Mm-hmm. Now, I have done a pretty good job, and I feel blessed about the people that I've employed and work with to help manage that for the majority. Mm-hmm. But there are still things that I have to be on and have to give an answer, because even them, like if you think of a hierarchy of things, and I want people to just close their eyes unless they're driving and just think about this. Okay, let's say you're at the bottom of the totem pole, and you have at least 4 other people in front of you.
Yeah.
If you have a question that at least 3 of them don't know, how long will it take for that 4th person to get a hold of you? Mm-hmm. And I take pride on the fact that I am still accessible to that person at the bottom. Mm-hmm. Now, it's not going to be a phone call, but if they at least send me an email, I will. Because I look at my email diligently. Like you're not going to send me an email and you don't hear back from me within 24 to 36 hours. Now, depending on how urgent it is, you might hear from me within an hour. Mm-hmm. But if it's just saying like, I have a splinter in my toe and I got to call off.
Deal with it.
Yeah, you're going to have to fix that. So those are the things where I think passion and the point of people really understanding who they are is actually more important than what we can even provide.
Well, passion is like a weird thing because a lot of people think it's just like it strikes you and you just kind of like are smitten by this idea and you just run with it for the rest of your life. Like it takes a crap load of work to be passionate about something. Like just because I'm passionate about what I'm doing with my stuff doesn't mean that like there's times where I'm not like, dude, I got so much to do, like drowning in work, but that doesn't overwhelm me because I know like I enjoy the process of the creating. Like I don't, it's not the same kind of feeling you get when you get overloaded at a job that you don't care about, where you're just like, why am I doing this?
Right.
It's like I created this because I'm so like involved with the vision I have that like the pile of work is like something to look forward to, but it's still overwhelming and like it's work. Like passion and work go hand in hand. They're not just this like, I'm passionate about it, so I'll never work a day in my life. Like I hate that saying.
You can't.
Like I can work all the damn time.
That is so true. Like if you're passionate at something, actually, in order to be successful at it, you're gonna have to work 2 to 3 times as harder. Yeah. I mean, easily. There is no way that somebody who's passionate at, let's say, basketball. There's no way that somebody who's as passionate at basketball, who's just like, oh man, I love it. I love this sport. The sport is awesome.
I love those 12-hour-a-day practices.
You know, well, not even because I'm not even bringing it because that's the part. That's the work.
That's the work.
That's the work right there. If they're not out there putting in what they're passionate about, putting that work in, your passion has nothing to build on.
Well, and
because hold on real quick, because you could be passionate about anything, but if you don't put the work into it for it to grow, you're not going anywhere.
Well, and the passion makes the work less daunting, but it's still work.
Yeah.
I would say that's it. Like, it doesn't make it seem as, like, crappy to deal with.
Well, I think, and it's a misconception, too, because the passion thought, this is called passion. Okay, I want a strong core. I hate doing everything that happens to be related to having a strong core.
I think most people do.
Yeah. I mean, from leg lifts to crunches to, I mean, any exercise that you can think to working your core, it hurts.
Yep.
And when you're a person who exercises a lot, you have to do even more, I mean, continuously to maintain it and go on and go on. Well, guess what? My passion is health. My passion is to having a physique that is acceptable to me. Mm-hmm. So I have to go through that pain.
Yeah. And it's I think a lot of times that it's something you're passionate about when you get that tunnel vision. Yeah. And it's like you have the blinders on, but it's not weird. Like it's just you don't even notice that you're not doing other stuff. It's just like so stuck in that vision that it's just like to not do it is more painful than doing it. I guess that'd be a good way to describe passion. Like not doing it is worse than doing it.
Yeah, I feel that.
So
I definitely feel that.
Well, on that note, we are about out of time. So don't forget to follow us on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok. Give us your cell phone number. I don't care. Whatever you want to do.
Any and everything. Hey, our phone number is 419-279-8986.
No, that's his phone number.
Yeah, no, it's not. Later, guys.